Hey guys, it's Michelle with WomenWhoWow.com. You can join the Women Who Wow tribe for free over at PlanetWOW.club. And today I'm talking with you about 10 immediate ways to build your business. This is actually taken straight out of our 31-day business challenge. We are on day 20 of the challenge, and we will pick back up at 10 a.m. Eastern in our Facebook group, PlanetWOW.club. If you are missing it, you are missing out, but I wanted to catch you up. So I'm going to do a few of these videos, and I'm going to cover 10 immediate things that you can do to increase your business and build your business, increase your income. Our goal at Women Who Wow is maximum profit and ultimate freedom. And so these are strategies, hacks, and tips that will absolutely help you create that reality in your own business. If you are a driven women in business, you deserve to be at PlanetWOW.club. Do not miss out. We are an amazing tribe of women, an alliance of seriously driven women entrepreneurs. We've got members in all 50 states and 8 countries, and we would love to welcome you. So here are 10 tips that can help you build your business. Tip number 1 is to know your lane, the lane that is uniquely yours, something that cannot be copied and something that you haven't copied, right? Showing up absolutely authentically in your market is something that cannot be overstated in terms of importance. But I want you to, in order to define your lane, I have a 2-step little process that is part of this first tip. And that is, the first thing is, think about someone who is enjoying the level of success in your industry that you aspire to. Maybe it's even someone that you might be jealous of, right? And I want you to answer why them and not you. I want you to take some time to think, what do they have that you don't, right? And this is something we don't really spend a lot of time on consciously, but we absolutely spend some time on it subconsciously. And so I want you to just consciously write it down. Why them? What do they have that you don't? And then the most important part, which will help you find your unique lane, is to say, now I know what they have. Now what do I have instead? What do I have that they don't? And immediately your lane will become obvious to you. So the tip number 2 is what I call the 1 degree difference, but it's sort of opposite of what you've always heard. So in the beginning of the year, right, you always have these high dreams. You know what you're aiming for in your business. And somewhere around March or April or June, we start to realize we have veered off course, right? We're not really falling headlong into our goal for our business. And so the second thing that we talked about in this 31-day challenge is taking small little things that you can do, making course corrections in the moment that will head you back in the right direction. And so tip number 2 is to identify the things that you're doing right now or that you've done this past year that have pulled you away from the true north of your business, and start deliberately course correcting 1 degree each and every day, getting you closer to your business. Small hinges absolutely swing big doors. And so we need to be in a mindset of course correcting every single day and making sure we're constantly lining up to the true north, to the goals of our business. So tip number 3 is to stop tolerating slow when you could be tolerating fast. And here's the action step for this, right? I want you to look for something in your business that's almost done, right? If it's almost done, it's not making you money. So look for something that is almost done, that maybe if you got it done, it will make all the difference in your business to move it forward. I want you to identify something that you're going to finish, and I want you to get it done, right? We do not need to tolerate slow when we could be tolerating fast. All of this is covered in the full 31-day challenge, but I want you to kind of get a taste of it right now. You can find the videos and through December 31st, 2016 in PlanetWOW.club in our Facebook group. After that, it will be sold on WomenWhoWow.com. Would love to have you experience it for free, so head on over and catch up. Tip number four is no more stinking thinking. Way too many business owners, and particularly women business owners that I meet with, struggle with thoughts of like unworthiness or being undeserving, or they're not special enough to succeed in this business, or they don't have what they need. And if these thoughts are kind of pushing you back in your business, you'll know it, right? It shows up in sort of a heartbreaking reality of doing the same things that other people are doing, but you're not seeing the same results they're seeing. And a lot of times that can kind of get in our brain, and we start to have this stinking thinking, and we start to think like, what's wrong with us, right? And I've totally been there, but I want you to settle this today. Tip number 4 is to just settle it, right? Nothing's wrong with you. You're absolutely enough. You are good enough. You are intelligently designed to succeed, and to succeed wildly. And in day number 4 of this challenge, one of the things that I brought the members attention to is that even birds have this automatic success mechanism that help, this automatic success mechanism that we have inside of us. It also is like what helps the plants grow. It tells squirrels to gather nuts for the winter. It makes birds and butterflies migrate south. And so we all have this in us, right? You are absolutely enough. Do not give in to the stinking thinking. If you're not experiencing the results that you want, start course correcting, stay in action, stay in authenticity, and stay engaged with PlanetWOW.club. But tip number 5 is to identify your influencers, right? Not necessarily those that are going to be influencing you and your thought process and all of that, but I want you to identify your influencers in terms of people that if they knew about your business, if they talked about your business, then you feel like it would make all the difference in the world in terms of generating leads and all of this. And so you want to identify those influencers and see, do they even know you exist, right? And I want to challenge you as an action step for tip 5 to develop a real relationship with potential influencers, right? So first you want to identify them. And secondly, you want to reach out to them. And the way most people muck this up is they have they go out there with an ask and not a give, right? It's like, hey, would you write about me? Will you talk about me? And it's like, these influencers have a lot going on. And so you want to reach out with a give. Maybe you can invite them to speak at your event, or write an article about them, or interview them for your local paper, right? You want to reach out with a give. So be creative about this, identify them, and figure out how you can begin a relationship with them, but you can't go in with your hand out, right? Moving on. Tip number 6, and this is kind of along the same lines as going in too often with your handout. And tip number 6 is to check your account balance in the marketplace, right? When you go to your list, if you hear crickets, if sales are coming in too infrequently, if you feel like sometimes you've got the wrong list, if you feel like 5 or 6 figure paydays are sort of a pipe dream, because when you go to your market, you might get like a 1 or 2 trickle sales, but they're not like coming in the way you hoped or the way you were told that it would. And so for the challenge, the action challenge for day 6 is, I want you to think about your list, and I want you to use the analogy of a bank account in terms of deposits and withdrawals. And I want you to ask yourself very honestly these questions. How often are you giving to your market, i.e. like making account deposits? And how often are you withdrawing from your market, trying to sell to them, right? There has to be a balance, just like in your bank account, right? What matters is how often you make deposits and how significant those deposits are. Same thing is at work in your marketing, right? When you're going to a particular market, you've got to know if you've made enough deposits to make a significant withdrawal. So I want to challenge you to figure out more ways to give to your market, to serve, to make those deposits into your market, so that when you do go to your market with a sale or with an offer, then you've already put in the deposits, and you can absolutely expect to make a healthy and impressive withdrawal. Tip number 7. Do not go into any day without a guiding light for that day, right? This is something that is a 5-minute habit that will absolutely change the way you approach your business. And a lot of times that we kind of, we plan for our day, we write down our to-do list, but we don't actually set an intention for the day. This day will accomplish X. This is how we'll feel. This is what we're going to do. And so I want you to make this 5-minute habit, journal, and just set an intention for the day. This is what it's going to feel like. This is what I'm going to accomplish. This is how my market is going to feel about it, right? And just sort of hold that intention. If you don't, and you always just have a to-do list, then what happens is you get more and more to-do list, right? We don't really set an intention. We just set the hope of getting through our list, and we do, but getting through our list doesn't always move the needle in our business. So we want to be careful about that. Set an intention for the day. Tip number 8, you always want to slay your business monsters. We all have them, right? It's like, let's not mince words here. We all have business monsters, and I want you to first identify the monsters under the proverbial bed of your business, and I want you to slay them. So for this action step, I want you to look back on the past, say, year or 6 months, and I want you to start to journal or make note. What got in your way? What distracted you? What slowed you down? And what stopped you in your tracks, right? The truth is, when we are derailed from our best business goals, we are often derailed by the same sort of things. So it makes sense to identify the things that slow us down or trip us up and have a plan for that. These things don't bother us one time and go away. They keep coming back. And so we want to make sure that we have this figured out. Tip number 9, create a superiority statement. The truth is, we need to know, we don't want to leave it up to our market, why we're better than any other option out there, right? So today, the challenge is, I want you to simply answer, why should someone choose you instead of any other option that they have available to them, right? We need a superiority statement. This isn't about ego. This is about giving your market clear choices. And so if you haven't figured this out, I want you to journal about it. I want you to create a why me statement. And the 10th tip is to figure out how to pimp your services to the right market. And the truth is, this is really all about simplifying marketing. And we overcomplicate marketing and sales so much. But the truth is, in order to totally pimp your services, all you need to know is 6 words and 3 steps, right? So the first step is know the problems that you solve, right? Forget the benefits and all of that. Like, what problem do you solve? 2, know how your market talks about and describes the problem that you solve. Why? Because when we hear people talking about it, we need to be able to jump in with the 6 words, the 6 magical words, right? The 6 magical words are, I can help you with that, right? That's 6 words. I can help you with that. Yeah. So 3 steps. Do you know the problems that you solve? Do you know how your market talks about the problems that you solve, so that when you hear them talking about it, the 6 words come in? I can help you with that. And then you can make an offer. Simplify, simplify, simplify. I hope you've gotten a lot of benefit out of these 10 tips. I know that I covered them really quickly. Over in PlanetWOW.club, you can get a 8 to 10 minute video on each of these different tips. And we're in active conversation around these. So go over to PlanetWOW.club and come hang out with us. Invite your friends. We are the Alliance of Seriously Driven Women Entrepreneurs, and we love to grow by referral only. So come see us and let us know you're there. Introduce yourself and catch up on our 31-day challenge. I just covered the first 10, but we're on day 20. So tomorrow I'll come back with another video. Talk with you soon. Bye.